Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about loneliness. And
Loneliness is an awful feeling that we get out of circumstances, problems, relationships, the world that we live in, and the issues that we have within ourselves. And
I think that even if we are with our family, we are with our friends, we could still feel lonely. And that feeling gets aggravated when we start living abroad or we just get separated physically from our support system, which is our friends, our family, or the people that we are comfortable to be with. That feeling is not new to me. Being lonely is not an alien feeling to me because I myself am an overseas Filipino worker and I am working away from a family. So I know very well what it feels like to be lonely. But the goal for this video is to just help you just in case you're feeling lonely or you're feeling sad, and to let you try out some strategies that I have used that could probably make your life feel better or could alleviate your loneliness. So just a disclaimer, I am not an expert on this. I am not a psychologist. All I'm saying is that I just want to share what I did and we will all see. But before I start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Click the like button later on if you like the video, and to click the bell button to get updated with my future videos. So without further ado, let's begin. The first strategy that you could use is to communicate. So learn to connect with people. Use social media as a means to connect with the people that you love, with your friends, with your loved ones, and don't use social media as a pastime or just to stalk other people's lives. Please join a group online and comment on their Facebook. And I think that social media has a powerful effect on us if we just use it correctly. So don't isolate yourself. You have no excuse right now because it's the world of the internet and Wi-Fi is there, data is there. So all you have to do is just to text somebody, send a message to your friends who are not physically with you, and they will respond in their own time. So all I'm saying is that the internet could be a powerful tool that you can use to your advantage. So don't isolate yourself. Don't live in a cave. You're not living in a cave, so it's not like before wherein it's so hard to talk to them. Now it's easy. We have phones, we have the smartphones, we have the internet, we have the Wi-Fi. So all I'm saying is that communicate, connect with people. And when there's somebody who is like a potential friend who seems to be welcoming and open to you, then try to open up yourself to them as well. And who knows, that friendship might be born out of it. So number one, communicate, reach out. My second point is to think of the people who care about you. It may be just 1 to 2 persons, but I doubt it. Of course, you have your friends, you have your family. Think of them, imagine them, that they are looking at you. Put yourself in their situation and ask yourself, will they be happy to see you being lonely? You have to appreciate who they are. Write it down. Who are they? Talk to them right now, like what I said in my first tip. In my first strategy is to talk to them. And sometimes we feel lonely because we want some people to care for us. We want attention from the people who don't really care about us, when in fact there are those people who may be just everyday, who's around us, who are letting us feel that we are special in their lives, and it's just that we are so used to it that we ignore them or we take them for granted. So that's my second tip, is to think of the people who care about you, people who are concerned if you have eaten your lunch, your dinner, if you are safe at home. So there will be those people. Think of them. I mean, remember who they are and treasure them. Talk to them most of the time. Communicate with them. So my third tip is to think of loneliness as a feeling that isn't temporary. So you are not lonely 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That feeling will pass later on. Later on, you're gonna get busy. Later on, you're gonna get busy with an activity. Later on, you're gonna go to work. Later on, you're gonna sleep. So it's not there. It's not there to stay forever. So don't feel as if you're just stuck in being lonely. So it's a cycle. Life is a cycle. Same like happiness. Same like anger. Tomorrow you're happy. Today you're happy. Later on, you're sad. tomorrow you'll be angry. You really don't know, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck in that state forever. It's a mood, it changes. So think of loneliness as something that you may be feeling lonely right now, but that will change, I guarantee. And another tip is to know the reason why you are lonely. You have to pinpoint, you have to be, but it's like a laser focus. Why am I feeling lonely? There must be a reason. It cannot be vague. For example, someone told you something. Maybe somebody said something harsh about you, or there are those people who rejected you, or maybe somebody left you, or you just have to know what the reason is, and maybe you have to do something about it. Maybe sometimes we have control and we're not using that to our advantage, and you have to do something about it. You probably have to change your strategy, or you have to talk to that person, or maybe you have to do something else. But just in case you can't do anything about the situation, maybe you just have to change your perspective about it, because sometimes there are events in our lives that we have no control of, and even if we want to escape from it, we can't do anything about it, so we get lonely. But sometimes it's all about changing our perspective about it, which leads me to the next strategy, which is to, why am I in this situation? You have to ask yourself, what is the purpose? Previous strategy, you want to know why you're lonely, right? Now here, it's more of like, why am I feeling this? What is my bigger purpose? Sometimes, because I think that all of us have goals. We have big goals, we have big dreams, we want to accomplish something, and it's more of like the future. We are looking forward to the future, and because of that, you take a certain path. And when you take that path, it's hard because you know it's right, but sometimes the side effect of taking that correct path is loneliness. But once you realize that there's a purpose on why you're doing it, for example, you're doing it for yourself, for your dreams, for a change in your life, for some change in your life. Maybe you want your life to be better. Maybe you're doing this for your kids. Maybe you're doing this for your family, for your husband, for your wife. Maybe you're doing this for somebody who is sick, somebody you care about. And when you do that, you learn that the sacrifice that you are doing is meaningful, and that you will not just go after happiness, but it's more of like knowing your big why, which is your big purpose. Why am I doing this? And when you are able to do that, when you're able to figure that out, you will tell yourself that I can endure this. So that means you will have more courage, you will have the grit to move further, and you will realize that loneliness maybe just be a part of it that you could definitely overcome. Another strategy that I think is useful is to change your lonely time into alone time. What do I mean? I mean, loneliness is a feeling, right? And you feel like overwhelmed. It's a bad feeling, but why don't you just, well, this is my own style, this is my own suggestion, use that lonely time into an alone time, because sometimes we just need to recharge. Sometimes we need to get away from the chaotic world, and when we are alone, when we are by ourselves, there are ideas that come to our mind, and hopefully they're all positive. Alone time could be used for writing, could really be recalibrating your life, meditating. What is it all about? What am I gonna do? You can use it also for prayer. And sometimes when you're alone, the best ideas come. Like, for example, you want to pursue a hobby, you want to do writing. Maybe you could even start a vlog, or you can write a story, or whatever. Or maybe you love singing, you can just watch a music video in YouTube, or whatever it is that could make you happy. Maybe you love painting, maybe you love to draw, maybe you wanted to read that book. And I think that lonely time, if you will use it for something productive, your mind will be preoccupied, and you will not be too focused on that lonely feeling. And another strategy that I think is effective is to don't blame yourself for being lonely, or at least do the right thing. When you're lonely, you have to accept the fact that loneliness is a normal part of life. It's a part of life. It's part of our human existence. And if you do the right thing, it may be hard, but it's gonna give you a you will not have negative circumstances in the future. For example, you feel lonely, so you go with a crowd that teaches you to do drugs or drink or just splurge your money. Or maybe you eat a lot because you think that is going to temporarily give you satisfaction, or you resort to shopping, or you resort to excessive smoking or drinking, but that actually will not help. Those are just band-aid solutions to that feeling of loneliness. And it's really understandable why people get into different kinds of addiction, like in pornographic addiction, drugs, and all that kinds of addiction, just to cover up that pain, just cover up that loneliness. But if you make a decision to do what is right for your life, even if you feel lonely, then you will have lesser problem to think of in the future. So I think those are the tips, those are the strategies that I use in my life. And I think that if I share it, maybe I can help somebody, I can help you. And if you have a strategy, or there are things that you can, if you have any suggestions, you have other suggestions better than what I have, or something that worked for you, comment down below. And if you feel lonely, or if you are abroad, or if you know somebody who's feeling lonely abroad, then I have a gift for you. I have a book for you that I'm selling at National Bookstore in Metro Manila, and that is Smile Across the Miles. And here I give some detailed, those are detailed strategies that I used in my life as I survived here abroad in the Middle East. So that's it. I wish everyone happiness. I wish that you could find meaning in your life wherever you are. Remember, you deserve the best. You deserve to be happy. You deserve the best in life, everything that God could give you. So remember that prayer is also one of the best strategies that you can use. And that remember that there's God up there. There's a supreme being up there who will always guide you. So that's it. Take care, everyone. God bless. Bye.